morning, good morning. Oh. Do you hear that noise? How can you not hear it? There are 5 houses in my neighborhood being torn down, remodeled. You know, there's a boom around here, and I should sell my house and get out there and help the jackhammer people. But they're jackhammering up a tennis court down here. Oh, so you know where we're going to do this today? In my bathroom. Come on, Zamara, give me a hand here. Please, darling. Well, it's not a bathroom, it's a powder room. Very tiny. Come on in, Zamara, then you can hand that to me. Oh, I spilled coffee. Oh, well, not really. I just lost a drop. Now, do you see how quiet it is? This is my broadcasting booth. You know, you have to do what you have to do. But I want to show you what I've done in here. I'm going to sit on the toilet. The lid is down, darling, and I'm going to sit here. And Zamara is very slowly going to show you how I've decorated my powder room. It's small, as you can see, but please, Zamara, start there, the top picture. If you want people to see your photographs, darling, put them in your powder room. And don't just leave the same, well, don't, I'm not saying, you know, I can't dictate, but I could try to make it really beautiful. You know, right there, the center picture, Zamara, that's a premiere of China. And I'm walking with him. I love that picture. The translator's walking between us in the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. That's Premier Xiao. And then the next picture is Sean when, of course, he was such a beautiful, beautiful child. And I had so much fun with him, so I have that picture there. And one picture over is one of my first round table lunches. No, it's not the first, because there's Alex Haley, David Sheff. God, David, I wouldn't recognize you today. And Jim Dunbar, Eileen Hernandez. And next to me, over on the left, is Alex Haley. And of course, there are other people on the other side. It was a wonderful luncheon. And down here, this picture is of the first round table, one of the first. And the photographer, the reason there's an empty chair here, the photographer went up to, I had a balcony, and she photographed from the balcony. But they're just really distinguished women there, and interesting, and we had so much fun. Diane Feinstein's there, I believe. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. My God, my eyes are getting really bad. So anyway, I'll tell you later. This one I love, of course. That's when I gave a speech in the Kremlin with Gorbachev in back of me. And the Banner of Hope was brought in, and I had children with me. And there were, I think, 6,000 or 8,000 people there. It was an International Women's Congress. And it was one of the highlights of my life. It was just amazing. And over to the left, further, that's Mike White. He's an actor. He did a lot of films. He's a writer. And he's a great guest. But he traveled with me on a peace trip when he was a child. So I've known him a long time. And if you come on down here, please, Zamara, that's Dianne Feinstein and Agnes Moorehead. She passed on shortly after that, but that was at my table, and they were having a little side discussion. This picture is from one of my parties. I had an Indian party, and these people gave me my saris, and look at my hair. Whoa, what happened to all that hair? And this one I really love too. Of course, I love them all. This is Bill Graham, the rock impresario. God, he was a handsome guy. And that's me. And Alex was right here in that other picture. And he cried at the table. I mean, the round table is so intense, and we laugh a lot, but people cry too, and he used a napkin to blot his tears. Over here, can you see that lovely woman? Do you know who she is? Tell me when you see this who you think she is. I'll just give you a hint. She was one of the founders of the women's movement by a book she wrote, or from a book she wrote. Down here, that's in India, and this man was an actor, and then he became a member of parliament. I had dated him in the U.S., but he lived in India, and he was on a walk across India as a member of parliament, a peace walk. And I read about it in the newspaper on the way there, got in touch with him, and he had us walk with him. And this is where we were saying goodbye. This was in a magazine in Norway, I think. And so there's a line there because it was a big picture and I had to tear it out. Over here, just to switch around because our time is, I have to sit up off the toilet. I think this is so funny. Oh, well, it makes a good seat. Okay, darling. Oh, of course, you've seen the picture of me with Andy Warhol. That was very funny. He came over with his buddy. Get a little closer to the picture, darling. Yeah. And he never said a word. And we'd been in the living room, and then I was showing them the penthouse because it was really something to see. And we came into my bedroom with a glorious view. And I said, Andy, come on up here on the bed with me and have your picture taken. He didn't say a word. He climbed up on the bed and had his picture taken. And it's an iconic picture. I love it. This picture is, we've got a lot of glare. Maybe. Well, anyway, you've seen that. That's with the Pope on our first trip when the Pope blessed all the kids. After I'd said to him, I yanked on his sleeve and said, don't forget to go to the kids because he'd come to me. Let's go on over because there's so much glare there. I just want to give you an idea of what you can do in your bathroom. I realize that very few people have pictures like these, but you have your pictures, you have what's important to you, and think about doing that. I had the walls painted gold because it was such a small space. I wanted to make it glamorous. This picture is in Africa. I went to the famine camps in Africa. And I was playing games with these children. They were so hungry for entertainment. And I wrote about this in my book, Whispers from God. It's a pretty amazing story. And this is Indira Gandhi, when we met with her. And she was assassinated not long after that. And across is a picture of one of my round tables. And I love this. This is Eldridge Cleaver. And he was articulate and interesting and funny. And he was so happy to be there. It was just great because we were happy to have him there. And on and on and on. I can't even see who's in that picture, darling. Let's just, I think it's, you know who it is? Joan Baez next to me. Go on up here to this picture of Joan and see if we going to get too much glare, because I love that picture of Joan Baez. She was so thoughtful and such a terrific guest. And I've got transcripts from these luncheons that I'm going to put into a book eventually, darling. These sketches that you will see, here's one. Yeah, that one. And then the one next to it. Hey, Zamara, you're really doing good. You're going to get hired for this. You know, you may get $1 extra for doing You're so sweet. And over here is another one. And that's from my auction when I sold my couture wardrobe and my jewels and my furs. Yes, I had them. And the money went to my foundation, to Children as the Peacemakers. So, hey, darling, that's enough. But do think about, dressing your bathroom. Oh, I love this one. You've got to show this one. Or you did. You did show that one. Okay, I'm sorry. You're way ahead of me as usual. Darling, drink your coffee. Have a good day. And